Shit. What up there, anime and manga communities? This is your boy Chick, or Chidia, whatever that you want to call me. And today, I'm here to talk about Magi, the Labyrinth, and/or the Kingdom, and/or the Manga Magic. Now, before I get into this manga, this chapter, Manga chapter 236, I just want to go ahead and say something real quick. I'm sick still. I'm sure you can notice. Sucks, blah, yeah, I'm sorry. You'll be fine. And then number 2 is my camera's acting retarded, and because of its retardation, I cannot properly do a video without it, fucking up my audio at some point. So please forgive me if the audio fucks up. I know it sucks, but just turn the video away. I'm gonna try and figure this out. I promise, Big Tony, I'll pay you soon. But anyways, so the next thing is, what? For my long time sub, I'm sure you guys are like, what? Wait, huh? He's doing videos on the weekends? It's the end of the world. It's the apocalypse. Now, look, I think my video already did it. Anyways, now, the reason for this weekend video outside of my normal schedule is because of, I felt bad. My gaming dudes didn't get their video, and on top of that, I didn't even get my Magi dudes the Let's Talk. They didn't get, because I didn't realize, this week was crazy with anime and manga because of the weird jumbled change with everything, so I didn't realize the Magi chapter was out, so now I have to do it this weekend because I love y'all and I need y'all and I won't forget y'all. So make sure to post up this video today, sick and everything. I'm gonna make sure you guys get your weekly dose of my stupidity. Anyways, so now this chapter of Magi. Now, usually when I do a Let's Talk for a chapter, I don't watch any reviews until after I do the Let's Talk. And the reason I do that is because I don't want my opinion to be swayed. I don't want my opinion to change based upon someone else's. And sometimes watching reviews will do that. You recognize with this person and your opinion might change a bit. I want you guys to get my relatively unbiased opinion on a chapter every week. So this week I broke that rule. I watched one of my favorite reviewers do a review for the Magi chapter this week. And I have to say, it did not affect my opinion. In fact, I found myself disagreeing with him. I'm not saying his opinion was wrong by no means, because he's right in some ways, but I don't agree in the sense of I understand where Ugo's coming from. And I'm going to get to that in a second, right? So let's just go ahead and get into the chapter and the summary or whatever. Magi chapter 236. Now, this chapter starts off with, the last chapters of this arc are being very rushed, and I don't really like that. I don't really like how rushed this is getting, because this is a good arc, but the people in Japan are clamoring, it ended already. They don't understand good storytelling. So it's being rushed, so I have no idea what happened. The whole last chapter, all we saw was freaking Arba and Solomon, and then that freaking weird 6-pointed star, and here we are. Then from there, it's Ugo. Ugo is basically leading the what are they called, the other races now, because Sheba and Solomon are both gone. So he takes them underground and he leads them there because the surface world was nuked. I don't know what the hell happened. Oh, it was probably from all the war. The surface world is now nuked. There's barely any supplies left. So they moved to underground to go live there and to survive there. And they used the Jinn to kind of help them out. And it's causing unrest. The not having a king is causing a lot of unrest amongst the races. So within this unrest, of course, there's conflicts brewing and coming up, and Ugo's trying his best to keep, peace. But this is where me and that reviewer differ, is because there's a panel where Ugo starts crying and all that from the, frustration of it all. And you got to understand, Ugo is not a leader. He was never really a strong-willed person like that. He was never a leader like Solomon and Sheba and all of them. And you leave him with a problem that not even Solomon and Sheba could solve. And you expect him to just be able to just instantly change and rock that? No, that's not how it works. This is a lot of pressure. This is a lot of stress, and a lot of races could end up dead over this. This is a lot of things to put on one person's lap, especially a person who wasn't even prepared to be a leader in the first place. So you put someone in one of the hardest situations possible. He's doing really well for where he's at. It's not like he's given up. It's not like he's not trying anymore. He's still trying to come up with ideas, ways to fix it, but it gets to you after a while. And now here comes the very questionable decision for a lot of people in this chapter, was Ugo using Aladdin as kind of like a stand-in for Solomon. The Aladdin's fetus as a stand-in. Now, I'm going to say this. I thought, okay, from my perspective, right? You need someone to lead the people. You need to give the people hope. And sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do, and if using a freaking baby fetus is what you gotta do. Look, ethically speaking, I don't know. I'm not gonna say if it's right or wrong, but for me, I feel like it's the best thing to do to keep people alive. As long as people don't die, that's all that matters to me. Do you know what I'm saying? So I feel like Ugo made the right choice. And with using Aladdin, it allowed the races to connect to one another and get, better standing relationships. So it worked. It was a good idea on Ugo's part. But ethically speaking, some people feel it's wrong. I felt he did the right choice. But because no one's being killed, it's not like no one's being hurt. But I mean, you got to do what you got to do. It's much. You have to use a fetus as a way to connect people, or millions and hundreds of people die. Okay, so Ugo, the chapter ends off with Ugo coming up with the plan to create a new world for everyone to live in and stay in, which is where the current Magi world is in existence. So like I said, Ugo is in fact the creator, the progenitor, the god of this new world. So this chapter, yet again, I liked it. I felt Ugo made the right choices. I didn't really care for Ugo's character to begin with, and I still don't. Like, Ugo's like whatever for me, but I feel like he did the best he could in the situation that he was given, with the lack of leadership that he knew, and the things that he did the best he could, and it worked. So to Ugo, I say hats off to you, good sir. You did what you had to do to protect the peace that those who died tried to create. So overall, I thought this was a good chapter. I enjoyed it. I'm really not liking how rushed this is getting, but you got to do what you got to do, editors and all that bullshit. I know I did, but either way it goes, that's my feelings on the chapter of Magi, the chapter of Magi this week. So I'm gonna go ahead and catch y'all later. I'm gonna go ahead and sign out. This is your boy Chitty, or Chitty, whatever it is you want to call me. Signing out. Please be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe, and do other things to help Black Brother thrive. And I will catch y'all on the flip. It has been golden. Peace out, anime and manga community.